Driving in the summer without air conditioning can be awful. The heat can tire you out pretty fast, especially when you're sitting in a hot car. Today we'll show you in great detail how to recharge your vehicle's AC with AC Pro. So, let's get this car cooled. Now there are many reasons why your AC could be blowing warm air, but the most common reason is low refrigerant charge. Thankfully there's AC Pro. This is our AC Pro all-in-one solution. That's right, all-in-one. No additional tools required. But before we get started, we have to go over a disclaimer about what not to do. Avoid exposing the cans to extreme heat. These cans are pressurized and can explode if subjected to heat. Do not leave in a hot car or place on a hot engine block. Instead, keep the can in a cool, dry location. Also, releasing refrigerant into the air is illegal, so don't do it. It is not necessary to bleed a system prior to the use of our products, as they are all compatible with all other R134A gases and blends. Okay, enough bad cop. Let's get that AC running. The first thing you need to do is turn on your engine and set the AC to max. If your vehicle has separate controls for vent fans, you must also turn your AC fan all the way to the highest setting. You're going to want to wear gloves and protective eyewear before you start initiating the process under the hood. Okay, we need to determine if the compressor is cycling on. The compressor is responsible for cycling refrigerant around the system and must be working to determine if your AC system needs more refrigerant. We do this by simply viewing the compressor. As you can see here, the compressor is engaged as the center clutch is spinning. That's what we want. It's normal for the compressor clutch to cycle on and off occasionally. So if the clutch is not engaged, make sure you watch for a little bit to see if the clutch cycles on. If the compressor is not cycling on at all, this can also be an indication that you are too low for the compressor to engage. Repairs may be necessary. Many systems have low pressure shutoff switches that disengage the compressor when pressure in the system goes below a certain pressure point. So if the compressor does not engage, you can try adding in a couple ounces of refrigerant to re-engage the compressor. Okay, now we need to find the AC low pressure service port. This can be found on the larger diameter aluminum tubing between the compressor and the evaporator. You can visit acprocold.com and check out our port locator. There you will find everything your heart desires about the AC low pressure service port locations. Now that you've found your vehicle's low side port, it's time to check the level of your AC pressure. First, let's unscrew the trigger dispenser from the can and set the can aside. The trigger dispenser is the top piece with the gauge. Do not remove the red and white safety tab yet. The great thing about the AC Pro Quick Connect coupler is that it will only fit onto the low pressure port. So even if you have trouble finding the port, you can't really screw this up. You simply push it on, and you'll hear a click. One important note here, do not pull the trigger at this time. It will release refrigerant from the vehicle. Let's check the gauge. First, we have to turn the black dial on the outside of the gauge so that the blue arrow matches the current outdoor temperature. If it's below 70 degrees, turn it to 70. If it's above 90 degrees, turn the dial to 90. Do not charge if it's below 65 degrees out. If the compressor is cycled on and the pressure is in the red, confirm that your AC is turned on high and the compressor is properly cycling on. If both steps are properly followed and you're still in the red, do not attempt to recharge. Instead, seek a professional AC technician for help. If the gauge needle is in the white, detach the fitting by placing your thumb on the top and pulling up with your index and middle finger, and grab the can of refrigerant. Now we're going to remove the red and white safety tab and responsibly toss it in the garbage. Then shake the can to mix up the refrigerant and additives. Screw the can back onto the trigger dispenser and reconnect the coupler to the low pressure port. Do note that when you're holding the trigger, the gauge won't read the pressure, so let go every 10 to 15 seconds to see what the pressure gauge is reading. Now hold the can upright and squeeze the trigger to begin recharging, rotating the can between 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock every few seconds. Then we'll let go of the trigger to see where the gauge is indicating, and we're good. The system is recharged once the needle is inside the red V area marked on the gauge. Be careful that you do not overcharge the system. The rule of more is better does not apply when recharging your AC system. Overcharging the system will just give you more warm air and can lead to serious damage to your AC compressor. It's also a good idea to check the air blowing out of the vents to make sure that cold air is coming out. Remember, it's normal for the temperature blowing from your vents to vary from day to day depending on the outside temperature and humidity. Yeah, that's cool. It's possible that you won't use the entire can when recharging. That's great. Keep the nozzle attached and store it in a cool, dry location for later use. If you use the entire can, please follow your local recycling or disposal laws to responsibly discard the product. But don't throw away the dispenser. The recharge hose and gauge can be used again with another can of AC Pro refrigerant. Replace the plastic cap to your low pressure port. Close your hood, and that's it. So there you go. Now you're ready to ride in style.